Tanner and welcome to my channel, Halloween Village Source. Today we're going to be discussing the top 5 themes that Lemax Spooky Town collectors would like to see in the upcoming 2022 lineup. As many of you know, Lemax has already previewed a couple of buildings that are coming out this year, including Dr. Gory's Laboratory and a new Wasteland themed piece, though it's still unnamed. Beyond these two, what other themes would we like to see make the cut? Or what do you think has made the cut? Let's start discussing with number 5. Coming in at number 5 is the Carnival theme. I bet you this comes as a surprise to no one, considering that Lemax has added one of these pieces to their lineup every year since 2005. They're always fan favorites, whether they come in the form of a ride like an Octo Squeeze or an Eerie Go Round, or even a Carnival themed building like the Carnival of Carnage from last year's 2021 lineup. Now, a lot of people are talking about wanting a roller coaster of some sort, which has been asked for in many years past, and we have never gotten one. But hey, who says this year can't be the first? Lemax has been relatively quiet about it, and we haven't seen any previews from their lineup, but you can probably guarantee something will be in there because they always tend to be fan favorites. Do you think they're going to add a roller coaster finally? Or if they don't, what other kind of ride would you like to see? Number 4 is the Wasteland theme. The Wasteland pub was released in 2019 and was the only of its kind, but even after it was released, it became an immediate fan favorite. Since then, we haven't seen any within the same theme, but it keeps resurfacing in group conversations around Lemax Spooky Town and their newer lines. We know that this inspired a lot of collectors to have toxic lagoons, biker bars, and those sorts of themes within their villages, and it's been really exciting to see what people can do with it. Most recently, Lemax teased on social media an image of a possible Wasteland-themed piece that includes some biker elements such as leather clothing on Wasteland-looking zombie figures. There's also a vat that reads high-octane gas in the background. If I had to guess, I would say this is probably a Wasteland-themed gas station, but it won't be confirmed until we get the full 2022 release, but we're really excited to see what this one has to offer, and I'm sure those fans of the Wasteland pub are going to be really excited to see this piece go right alongside it. Number 3 is the Pirates theme. Now please hear me out here. I know that this theme has not been traditionally done or seen since around 2015 with the Haunted Houseboat, which is one of the last lighted and animatronic ships that Lemax has done, but they did resurrect this theme last year with the Point Dread Lighthouse in 2021. I think this piece was quite unexpected for last year's collection, and I've seen a lot of mixed reviews on it, mainly due to the plastic builds that it has, but I think overall it was a really cool concept. Moving forward in 2022, I think there is a real opportunity for Lemax to take here and go the more traditional route, maybe add another ship to the collection, or even something that's really straight up pirate themed. I know the Point Dread Lighthouse had a lot of skeletal figures on it, but it would be nice to see them bring back some of that traditional pirate theming. I think it's a real opportunity for them, and it's definitely a fan favorite and iconic of a time in Lemax Spooky Town collection that was really innovative, and we're seeing a lot of new, consistent, exploratory lines coming out, similar to the different Egypt theme lines. Moving into number 2 is the classic horror monsters theme. So many iconic buildings in Spooky Town are based on some of our favorite monsters, just to name a few: Frankenstein's Laboratory, Dracula's Castle, and even the Werewolf's Grooming Spa. I think these pieces always hit home with true horror fans, and we would love to see some revamped and upcoming in the new 2022 collection. Now, this is being achieved somewhat through one of the newer pieces that Lemax has teased, which is Dr. Gory's Laboratory. They recently teased in a social media post on their Instagram and Facebook accounts. And it looks like this is some kind of experimental laboratory containing, a test tube with a brain in it and some other green and purple lighting. I think this one sounds like it's some kind of villain or, character that they're going to introduce. Even though it's not one of the classic horror monsters, I would say it still plays into this theme a bit. Maybe it'll be a nice laboratory to complement the Frankenstein's Laboratory from previous lineups, I know that I'm really excited to see this one, and I hope everyone else is too. Before we get into the number one theme, I do want to have an honorable mention for some special topics and other themes that collectors have been talking about in all those Spooky Town related theme groups out there, specifically focused to Lemax. I know there's been a lot of talk about different, I'll call it lore themed buildings, meaning aliens, Sasquatch, Loch Ness Monster, serpent themes, basically everything that's kind of encompassed within mystical creatures outside of our known Spooky Town universe. And I think that's a really interesting theme to explore just because it hasn't been done by Lemax yet, or not by any other major producers like Department 56. They may have a couple of pieces here and there that hint at it, but truly there has not been anything that focused strictly on aliens or Sasquatch or anything of the likes, and I think it could be something that would be really fun to play around with, and it would draw in even more horror and sci-fi fans to the hobby and the villaging collection. So I think that's a real opportunity for Lemax and even Department 56 or other retailers to, pursue in upcoming years. It would be really great to see something like that, but Lemax has not done anything of that sort out of the ordinary themes for like the past 10 years of their collection. So it would definitely be a different step forward, but we can always hope to see something new and exciting. Okay, we are at theme number one, and that is the Haunted Mansion / Trick-or-Treat Houses of the Spooky Town collection. This one is on everybody's list. I don't care what kind of collector you are. Everybody has one of these pieces in their collection, and they are an instant classic and a staple of a lot of Spooky Town displays in the villaging world. Now, when we think about haunted houses, we can go all the way back to 2002 with the Alfred Mansion, or even more recent years with classics like Last House on the Left. These are highly sought after pieces and always a staple in somebody's collection. They just add to that really great creepy neighborhood Halloween time vibe. Now, if we're thinking about trick-or-treat houses, we can look at 2019 with the Spooky Winter, which was one of the last really great ones that was released in my opinion. And I think this is gonna be a theme like the haunted houses that will not be leaving anytime soon. It's always great to keep building that residential side, neighborhood vibe of your Spooky Town village. And I think that's why a lot of people opt for these pieces. They create a great ambiance and show more of the aesthetic and quaint side of Spooky Town. Hey everyone, thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you really enjoyed it. If there was a theme that was not discussed or captured, please feel free to comment below. I would love to hear all of your thoughts, and I look forward to seeing you next week with a new Spooky Town related video. Thanks!